Well, everyone, the hype is in the air, an update is right around the corner, and a Brawl Talk has just concluded, and I gotta say, this update is looking phenomenal. We have a brand new trophy road brawler named STU, which looks so incredibly fun to play. We have some new amazing skins, some animated pins, a brand new challenge coming out where if we win, we get a dynamite skin. Oh, we've got Siege as well as Hot Zone being added to the map maker, which is extremely exciting, but probably the most exciting thing coming out with this update is the change to Power Play, a new rendition of it called Power League. But yeah, everyone, it's time to break down the entire Brawl Talk so we know what's right around the corner. Hopefully you guys are pumped up. Let's get straight away into it. Here we go! So everyone, of course, before we get straight away into today's video, be sure you subscribe to the channel whenever a Brawl Talk comes out. We all know by now sneak peeks will shortly follow after, so I'll be making sure to cover everything you need to know about this update before it comes out in its entirety, so make sure to subscribe. You won't want to miss it. But everyone, without any further ado, it's time to get straight away into the brand new Trophy Row Brawler coming out with this update, STU. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I personally love seeing high rarity brawlers being implemented into the game, introducing really fun, intricate, unique mechanics and changing or evolving the gameplay here in Brawl Stars. But oh boy, is it refreshing to get a brand new lore rarity here in the game with the very simple mechanics but seeming to be super fun. Guys, the last trophy row brawler we got before STU was Ems. Think about that for a while. So it's really nice. So taking a closer look here at STU, he is a robot brawler, and like we mentioned before, he is a trophy road brawler, which you guys can unlock once you reach 10,000 total trophies. So taking a look at some of his stats, as you can see, he has a grand total of 4,480 HP when maxed out. So definitely not the squishiest in the game, but definitely by far not the tankiest. He's gonna die fairly quick, but with his mobility, I think it's gonna be somewhat easy to avoid some of the damage from the higher damage dealing brawlers in the game. Now, when it comes to his movement speed, it's relatively normal, but his mobility is absolutely incredible. He has so much potential to cover so much ground in this game thanks to his super. But before we get into his super, next breaking down his basic attack. So it looks like STU is going to be shooting off 2 different shots with each of his basic attack, dealing 840 damage per little flame. Now it's actually pretty decent damage if you land both shots, totaling up to 1,680 damage per basic attack. He seems to have somewhat medium to longer range on his attack and average reload speed compared to other brawlers here in the game. But where things start to get interesting is with his super. Now, the thing that makes STU's super incredibly unique is it only takes one little bullet to charge it up completely, not both basic attacks. One tiny shot of 840 damage and you got a super waiting for you. Now, the super seems incredibly simple. You dash forward a short distance, but increases his mobility and tacticality in the game immensely. I feel like it's going to be really good for juking shots, dribbling in Brawl Ball, and things along those lines. But that's not all. As you can see from the gameplay in the Brawl Talk, every single time you use your super, you're going to leave a trail of flames behind you, which I believe is going to act somewhat similar to Carl's gadget or incendiary here in the game, applying burn damage to things that are on top of it. So for heist safes, IKEs, some crowd control, keeping people out of a certain lane, I think it's going to be somewhat decent. And then emphasized by Frank, it's going to have a kickback mechanic along with it. Now, we weren't able to see any examples of this in the Brawl Talk gameplay, but kickbacks are very good in the game. It's super useful in Brawl Ball. If the enemy team has possession of the ball, you can cause them to drop it or just disrupt the flow of different brawlers that are in the game, like a Frank winding up with his super. Now, like I said before, we weren't able to see any examples in the gameplay of the kickbacks, so in turn, we weren't able to see if this super does any damage if you are using it on someone. So if it doesn't do damage, I can most definitely see a star power or a gadget applying that damage or some other adverse effect. And since we're on the topic of star powers and gadgets, I didn't see any notable notable examples of a gadget activation or anything worthwhile of a star power from the gameplay, so all we really can do is theorize. I could most definitely see, like I said before, a damage applied to the super with a star power's help, or maybe a different star power that would extend the range of the super or things like that. I think the possibilities are really endless with this guy. But yeah, really it's all left up in the air, which I kind of enjoy about these Brawl Talk gameplays. They don't give us all the info right off the get-go. So again, be sure to let me know if you guys think it might be something else than I explained here in this video today, or if you saw something in the Brawl Talk that I might have missed. I always enjoy what you guys have to say on these types of videos. But with the new Brawler STU out of the way, it's next time to get into the other somewhat staple things that we come to expect in every single Brawl Stars update, and that is the skins. So of course, the newest Brawler STU is going to be getting a skin called Superstar STU, and I don't think it's going to be costing a whole lot or anything like that. It's looking like a base skin remodel, not seeing additional animation changes to the basic attack or the super, so expect that to be a lower cost when it comes out. Jumping ahead in the Brawl Talk, we have a brand new skin for Penny called Smuggler Penny. Guys, I'm a huge fan of this skin. If you take a look at the mortar, it is looking freaking amazing, and a little bit more on how you can unlock that skin later on in today's video when we go over Power League. There's another jumpable skin towards the end of the Brawl Talk for BB called BB Lante. I think I'm a pretty big fan of this one as well. I like the bat color change. It's yellow now, so I don't think this one is going to be super expensive either. It looks like a skin recoloring, but we'll have to wait and see. And then the final skin, the skin that I think I'm the most hyped up for, and that is PSG Mike, which we all have the chance to get it completely free through the Brawl Ball challenge that's coming out. Guys, I didn't think we were going to get a challenge in this update because of the championship challenge, so it's pretty safe to say your boy is presently surprised. I eat these things up. I enjoy the challenges so dang much here in the game, and what better reward getting a skin for one of my favorite brawlers in the game, PSG Dynamite. Oof, beautiful. So a little bit of a closer look at the challenge. It appears to be 9 wins in total, where you're allotted 4 different losses, so not too shabby compared to past challenges that we've had in recent updates. So I'm hoping a lot of you guys can get lucky out there and get the skin early and completely free. Now, if the format from the challenge doesn't change from the Brawl Talk, which it really hasn't in the past, we're working with 3 separate maps here in Brawl Ball. We have Super Stadium, Center Stage, as well as Clean Shot. Now, there was a slight change to this challenge, and I'm assuming moving forward to other challenges that are released with updates, and that is you can purchase additional attempts. If you end up losing 4 times on the challenge, you can purchase 2 more additional attempts for 30 gems. So man, if you really want that PSG Mike skin or the rewards along the challenge, it might be in your best interest to purchase it. As you can see, the skin is going to be costing 149 gems, so not a bad offer if you do end up losing and plan on buying the PSG Mike skin in the future anyways. But everyone, with all of that out of the way, it's time to get straight away into the juiciest bit of this update, and that is Power League. Guys, I had a pretty good feeling that they were going to change power play a little bit in this update, and I'm so dang happy that they did, because Power League is looking stellar. It looks so incredibly fun coming from someone who didn't really participate in power play before it's being changed in this update. So it's looking like Power League is going to be actually pretty dang competitive if you guys enjoy that aspect of Brawl Stars, which I personally am a very, very big fan of. So trophies aren't going to be a thing at all in Power League. It's not going to be influencing the people that you're going up against or anything like that. The thing that's going to be taking the reins are your Power League ranks. As Danny explains, there are 19 different ranks that you can slowly grind your way through, the highest one being the Masters rank. Now, as they explain, the Power League season that we're going to be propelled into once this update is released is going to be, I think, a tiny bit different compared to the other ones, being a little bit smaller, where you're going to be placed in a particular rank based on your highest lifetime total power play ranking. So guys, your boy ain't gonna be too high on the Power League ranking system right when it releases, I'm telling you that much. But based on your rank at the very end of the Power League season, the more resources you're going to end up getting, whether that's star points or exclusive things that you can purchase during the Power League season, like custom profile icons, which has been something that we've been talking about for a very, very long time, and even exclusive skins that you need to unlock through the Power League, much like the epic epic penny skin, Smuggler Penny, like we mentioned earlier on in today's video. Now, if all of this sounds exciting to you right now, just wait for the actual format of Power League. It is so incredibly cool. So there's two different ways that you can approach Power League. Number one, you can do it solo. So when you hop into it, you play up against other people who are also heading into Power League solo. And you can also do it with a pre-made team with a function much like we see with Solo Showdown as well as Duo Showdown. And if you do play as a team, you're going to be playing up against other people who have a pre-made team. So it's going to be very, very fair across the board. It's not like random matchmaking where if you head into it, you can play up against a team that is pre-made, they're talking on voice chat, and you're playing with two other randoms, right? So it seems really, really awesome. Now, when you enter into a game, the matchmaking seems super, super fun. It's going to pick a random game mode and a random map for that game mode for both teams. And in order to win up against the team that you're matching up against, you have to beat them best of 3 in that map, which is so cool, guys. You have like a small little tournament you can enter into every single time you play in Power League. And not only that, before you head into the random map and the random game mode that the matchmaking selects, you head into brawler ban phases, which is so freaking cool, guys. I love this format. It's going to be a lot of fun. So it very much so pays to understand which brawlers are good and which brawlers are bad on each individual map in the game. And then once the brawler bans are out of the way, you get into your brawler select phase. So each player gets to pick which brawler they want to bring into the particular game mode and map that was selected randomly. And as Frank clarifies with this, you can only play the brawler one time. So yeah, it's looking really, really interesting. And the way that you move up through the Power League rankings is if you go up against a team that has a little bit of a higher rank than you, you're going to progress faster than if you are playing up against someone who has a lower rank than you. Basically promoting if you do play up against a rank a little bit higher than you and you win, you get compensated for taking down someone who is technically better than you. And you don't have to worry, it's not going to be a crazy difference, right? There's not going to be bronze rank people going up against the highest rank in the entire game, right? It's going to be probably really, really close, the opponents that you go up against. But in all, it looks really, really exciting. But yeah, guys, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, we had a few other things being added in this update, such as Hot Zone and Siege being implemented into Map Maker, which is always a plus. Anything being added to Map Maker, I think, is going to go very, very well in the updates. So expect Siege and Hot Zone to be into the rotation that we see every single day, with made maps winning the competition slot and things like that. In all honesty, I am pretty dang surprised on how good this update is going to be overall. We have our kind of staple things that we come to expect with every single Brawl Stars update. We got our new brawler. It's going to be completely free. Trophy Road Brawler has some really interesting mechanics. Though simple, they look incredibly fun to play with. We have our skins. We have some animated pins, some changes to Map Maker, but on top of that, a huge overhaul to Power Play, taking its place Power League. I am so dang excited for this update to come out. I cannot wait to get my hands on Power League and everything else within it. But yeah, guys, be sure to let me know what you're thinking about the update that is around the corner. Again, be sure to stay tuned for those sneak peeks right around the corner as well. I'll be covering everything once I am able to do so. But yeah, everyone, if you did enjoy the video, be sure to slap a like on it. I'd really, really appreciate that. Have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. Keep having fun with Brawl Stars, and we'll see you in the next video. Adios, everybody.